Hello, welcome back to my channel, Be the Little Light. My name is Brittany, and today I'm happy to sit down and pull cards with you, chat with you, catch the vibe. There's a lot of sounds going on around me, there's a lot of distractions, and I'm gonna do my best to tune into here only because that's just life, right? So it's just can't be perfect as your desired setting all the time. Sometimes we just have to, just have to keep going. So, with that being said, today I wanted to connect in with the fairy energy and see what's going on, what's the current vibe for you guys, my beautiful friends. It's a lot. All right, guys. Okay, man. All right. Mm. Hmm. Okay. There's a message here about asking for help. And this could be if you are having a hard time figuring something out on your own. Maybe you've tried to psychoanalyze a situation 10 times over and you're just having a really hard time. There's like a big like cloud, a big mental block, a big energetic block. There's this message here around allowing others to pick your brain, pick your thoughts, and like collaborating with other people so that you can um, find new solutions that you wouldn't necessarily think of on your own. And that's that extra piece, that extra component that may be missing from the equation for you that someone else might be holding. It's the same with codes. Like I carry a code, you carry a code, codes. And when we interact with each other, there's this exchange that happens. And the people that we feel resonant with, or that we feel good or inspired around, or we're, that chemistry, we're just vibing with each other. It's because there's something that's mutually aligned, but there's also a mutual exchange that's also happening all at the same time. And it creates this beautiful harmony, this beautiful symphony, this beautiful multidimensional way of weaving. And those can come in the forms of your friendships, those can come in the forms of networking with like business connects. Um, and that could even just be like you opening up and sharing something with someone and just being like, yeah, I just don't really see a way around this. I've been having a hard time with this. And even if you are not going to someone else with the intention for them to like help solve your problem, sometimes it's like those happy accidents. But of course, none of it's an accident because it's all divinely intertwined. Like there's a reason why you feel called to open up or share something with someone that maybe you wouldn't normally. You're like, I don't know why I feel called to, but I want to talk about this with this person. Or not even like a thought, it could just be just it organically happening. um there's just big message here of others motivating you, others being like catalysts and big time activators for you. um Heavy emphasis on the mutual exchange. It's like win win win, you win, they win, everyone wins. Because you're motivating each other, you're pumping each other up. There's an activation, there's an inspiration that's happening. This could be happening through thoughts, this can be happening through the voice, through talking to each other, this can happen from reading each other's messages, this can happen through eye contact. There's just an energetic exchange that's happening, and it's allowing divine solutions that you wouldn't even think of to magically, seemingly magically, sorry, I was losing my eyelash is poking me, something to seemingly come out of almost thin air and find its like perfect way to like land on your lap. I am seeing a message here about being mindful of not retreating to old habits that you know are not in your best interest, such as doom scrolling, eating foods that you know are not going to make you feel good, just indulging in things that know you genuinely know they're not in your best interest, and you genuinely know that after partaking in said thing that you are going to feel worse than you did before. Those things that you just know, there's really this big highlight here. I'm seeing like the moon illuminating energy on it of don't do that. You're not gonna feel good after. Don't do that. This could be texting someone. This could be being on your phone for way too long. Whatever it is, it could be gossiping. Whatever it is that it's just gonna give you the ick after. Cut that out. Don't do that. Don't do that. There's no shame here. It's just this acknowledgement that if it's not in your best interest, why partake? Why partake? There's plenty of other things that you can be putting your energy towards that will uplift you. Because I'm definitely seeing that there is this period right now that you're going through this glow up. We've talked about this glow up before that's happening. There's definitely a transformation that's happening. There are upgrades. And again, these upgrades, these activations, and these glow ups are happening through your interactions with others. It's no longer like this, oh, I got to do everything on my own, me, watch my own back, this, that. It's like, no, actually, you vibing with other people, you exchanging compliments, you just like sharing your random thoughts with people that you trust and you feel that good vibe, that good energy with. When you can trust your intuition around someone, and it could be even, you might not even have known this person for long, or you could have literally just met them and sat down next to them on the subway, but something just gives you like a good feeling, a good vibe about them. This could be like talking to an older lady or an older man, and you just feel really comfortable to open up with them because they just seem so sweet and so genuine. It can even be just as simple as that. All right. That was very long-winded. I'm like, whoa. But those definitely wanted to come out. So, continuing in, beautiful fairies, tapping in with the Mother Earth energy. What else? What else is the message? What's the vibe here? My eyelash still poking me. My eyelash still poking me. I'm feeling into this. There's something about you being candid here. There's something about you, again, maybe you're someone that normally keeps your mouth shut, is like watching what you say all the time, but in the company of these specific people that are your people or you feel a good vibe with, there's like an open stage that's this opportunity for you to be seen as you truly are. Some certain things like maybe you wouldn't normally speak up about, but today being the day where you're like, I'm gonna say something, and it's you being your authentic self. But it's just this, I'm just really just getting this overwhelming sense of other people holding the space for you to be vocal, other people holding the space for you, like literally holding a stage for you and saying, I want you to I want you to express to me as you truly are and how you want to show up as. I'm genuinely interested. I want to get to know you more. Caring, like people genuinely caring about you, caring what you have to say. If these are people that you already know, I feel like these are opportunities for your connections to just deepen and broaden. And if you are not someone that currently has those people or connections in your life, this energy is in your field. This is something that's very close to you. I also see okay, there's a couple messages here. So there is this message about your adaptability, your ability to be able to adapt in seeming chaos. And the reason why that works for you, where it might have others shut down, especially like creatively, let's say, you're someone that's able to problem solve in chaos. And this probably has a lot to do with your upbringing. This has a lot to do with you just being in situations for so long where your back was up against the wall. I'm getting someone that um, is a procrastinator, but finds like their greatest work, their biggest inspiration on like the 11th hour. Um, and I super duper get that, but that's where your magic is. And it's like there's something about when you feel like your back is up against the wall. And again, like this does have to do with mindset, but it also simultaneously does have to do with your innate ability to be adaptive to any environment, especially when it comes to chaos. And I feel like just for you, just because of your past, that's why even though the past situations weren't necessarily comfortable, you learned how to have a strength in the uncomfortability. So, like, that's when you're most comfortable with taking the greatest risks, when you're in the 11th hour, when you feel your back is up against the wall, when you feel you have nothing left. Because for you, in your mind, there's no more time to think. And when there's no more time to think, you just go. You just move on instinct. The message here around that is that if you allow yourself to see that you are not confined to only thriving in chaos, that you can expand your awareness of yourself and your skills and see that in any moment, as long as you decide it to be, and stop thinking so much and psychoanalyzing things so much, that you actually can make stuff shift much faster than you think without it having to be this dramatic, chaotic event. Because of course, if that's the way that you choose, like you only move when things are in chaos, you can absolutely do that. And you know by your life experiences that there's your timing and then there's God's timing, divine timing. And things are going to happen at some point, whether you like it or not. It's like when you know you've been staying in the space for too long, it's like, yeah, you can choose to stay there for like as long as you want. But at some point, what happens? At some point, if you don't choose to move, the universal tower moment happens, and then there's just a divine reordering in your life, if you catch my drift. But you also have this ability to do that outside of the chaos wheel, outside of the tornado. You don't have to be inside of the tornado to shift your reality or to make your manifestations appear at the time that you're wanting them to. Then there is also this message around your intentions, merging your prayers and your wishes with your manifestations. Like making your list of all the things that you're wanting to attain and to achieve, and marrying that with knowing that these have been planted in your heart for a reason, because they are meant for you to experience. What I'm hearing is God doesn't want you to shorten your list. God wants you to make your list as long as possible. And know that you are deserving of all of those things. Big message here on you creating this devotional time for yourself, this sacred time for yourself, where you're able to connect in with yourself, what you relate to as God, source, the creator, divine, all that is, and making that a priority, and feeling the love that the creator God has for you, and how deserving you are of all of these things that you want. Let's see what your final message is gonna be. All right. It's a lot of singing today. A lot of singing today. It just feels very like bright. Like this energy just feels really good. And I feel like that was a flyer, but I feel like there is this acknowledgement of like, yeah, things are popping off, and they are definitely like chaotic in the world and in your life and things like that. But also you have the ability to set yourself free, and that's what you're learning right now, is like, I control my destiny. And of course there's a bigger plan for you, of course, that's even greater and better than you can imagine and perceive. But also at the same time, it's like expect change, expect that good things are coming for you. You're someone that I feel like is focusing on your family a lot right now. And it could even be changing in your family dynamics. Some of you are called and probably do, not all of you, but some of you do practice some type of divination, whether that's you read cards for yourself, or even you just know things, or you have premonition dreams. There's some type of way, or you might use runes or any type of divination modality. You may just feel a resonance into that. And if you do feel a resonance in any of those type of things, card readings, palm reading, anything of that nature, it's because it's a fun way for you, it's a resonant way for you to connect back to source. And it also could be some of you getting readings from others and seeing how those things are playing out. Always, of course, use your own discernment, and you know what feels resonant for you and what makes sense for you. And of course, with any message you receive, you always have free will to accept that message or not. Always use your own discernment, always trust your own discernment, and trust your own intentions always. I feel like really just the advice here is for you to expect that good things are coming, and to collaborate with others, to ask for help, because you collaborating with other people is just really going to take things to the next level for you. There's this piece that others have, and vice versa. There's something that you have to offer to others, and you're not meant to just keep it to yourself. You're meant to share it with others and ultimately with the world, and everyone benefits from that. You benefit from that, and the world and the collective and everybody benefits from that. So I'm gonna leave that here. If I can talk. No, I can never talk. Thank you guys so much for sitting with me today. If you liked this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you're not already, and leave me some emojis. I love all the emoji comments. I just love emojis. Like, I feel like we should just use emojis for everything. Emails, exchanges in the grocery store. Like, we should just use emojis because they're just so fun. Anyways, I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.